Hi, this is Kathy Weymouth from Tune the Temple, and we're in a series about how to get better sleep. And a lot of people in America suffer with sleep issues, and there are some things that are in our control that we can actually change in our lives, tweak a little bit, and improve our sleep. So this is video number 5 in a series, and so far we've been talking about your circadian rhythm. So let me review a little bit, and then I'll go into specific things that I would like to teach about today and encourage you to tweak in your life to improve your sleep. Okay, so your circadian rhythm is basically your 24-hour clock, and it controls your sleep-wake cycle. It also regulates hormone release in your body. You're going to see your circadian rhythm is responsible for a lot of things that are important. We want to have healthy hormone release. It also has an impact on your metabolism and on your digestion. So we want those working really well. The circadian rhythm influences your body temperature and also your organ function. These are all really key important things. So it's important to have a good, healthy circadian rhythm. Now, outside the scope of this video are the people who work the changing shifts. I mean, that's way beyond what I'm addressing here. I don't know if I'll get into that at a future time, but I feel bad for people whose clock is having to change all the time because it can affect all of these things. Also, the circadian rhythm has a crucial role in cognitive function, in your memory, even in regulating your moods. Okay, this is key, right? It has an impact on your performance and your safety because it impacts your alertness, and also your immune system is impacted by your circadian rhythm. Okay, and there are a number of illnesses that can come from having an unhealthy one, so I covered that in a previous video. Now, since it's so important and it affects so many things, what can we do to not disrupt our circadian rhythm, but to make it be healthy? Now, in video 1, I just talked about your sleep-wake cycle. It's important to have a consistent going to bed time and a consistent waking up time every day, even on the weekends, as much as possible. Okay. Number 2, video 2, I talked about the importance of the morning sunshine. This will help to set a healthy circadian rhythm within 30 to 60 minutes of waking up. In video number 3, I talked about 11 things that can disrupt your circadian rhythm, and we're going to look at 3 of those today. Number 4 video, I talked specifically about REM sleep, and I chose one of the things that can interfere with your REM sleep and your circadian rhythm, and that's the blue light waves. So check out video 4 if you watch screens in the evening, 2 hours. If you're close to 2 hours before bedtime or an hour before bedtime, you might really want to watch video number 4. And I'll put the links for those down below in the description. Okay, so in those 11 things that can disrupt your circadian rhythm that I mentioned in video 3, I want to talk about 3 today, and I'm going to do 3 more in the next video. The 3 I want to talk about today have to do with liquids. Okay, so here are the 3 liquids that can affect your circadian rhythm in a negative way. If you are drinking caffeine after 12 o'clock noon, and some of us are sensitive to caffeine. So what I do, and I worked with an integrative medicine doctor, and we tweaked my coffee. I now have 2 cups of half decaf, so I'm basically getting 1 cup of caffeine. And I know from experimenting that I cannot drink that coffee after 10 o'clock in the morning. Now, it's hard. It can be hard, but it's really can affect your sleep. So experiment with it. If you are having coffee in the afternoon, switch totally to decaf. I noticed years ago I couldn't even have decaf coffee at dinner time. I was trying to cut back at dinner time. That was years ago. I can't even do decaf at dinner time because there is a small amount of caffeine in decaf coffee. So anyway, my suggestion to you is if you're not super sensitive to caffeine, then stop drinking caffeine at noon. If you are sensitive to caffeine, experiment. Mine is 10 a.m. Other people I know cannot tolerate caffeine at all. So it varies with differing degrees. And if you have a genetic mutation of methylation, you might be more sensitive to caffeine. So it's the MTHFR gene mutation. So if you have that, you should really consider cutting back on your caffeine. Okay, that's liquid number one. Liquid number two is alcohol. It is recommended that you do not drink alcohol 3 hours before bedtime. So if you go to bed at 10:30, stop drinking your alcohol by 7:30. Because alcohol can definitely help you fall asleep, but it disrupts your circadian rhythm and interferes with quality sleep. You will wake up from the alcohol, and in the long run, it is more destructive than it is helpful. So stop the drinking of alcohol 3 hours prior to your bedtime. And then liquid number three is drinking water, tea, decaf tea, herbal tea, anything in the evening close to bedtime. So the recommendation is you stop drinking an hour before, and keep it minimal during that last hour. Like I have to take some supplements to help me sleep, so I take those and then I try to stop the drinking. It's hard for me because I do find that I'm thirsty. So I've experimented a little bit, and even if I stop 2 hours before, it still gets me up to go to the bathroom. So that's the problem with drinking fluids in the evening, is just the bathroom trips. So if you're experiencing many bathroom trips, cut back on your fluids in the evening. Try to get your water in before like 7 o'clock in the evening. And remember the water recommendation. This is crazy. The water recommendation is half your weight in ounces. So if you weigh 120 pounds, then you would drink 60 ounces of water a day, which is a gallon. So take your weight, divide it in half. So you want to get all that water in, which is really important for flushing out the toxins and the waste. You want to get your water in prior to like 6 or 7 at night. Okay, hope this is helpful. So those are the three things. Now, do any of those affect you, and can you cut back on those? Caffeine before 12, cutting back by noon. Alcohol 3 hours before your bedtime, and liquids at least an hour before, maybe even more than that, which I have to do. Okay, let me know in the comments if any of those apply to you and if you're going to tweak any of those. All right, this is Kathy Weymouth at tunethetemple.com. And next week we'll look at 3 more factors that negatively affect your circadian rhythm and your quality of sleep. Okay, until next time, bye.